Hello, my name is Barry Wiss, Certified Wine Educator and President for the Society of Wine Educators. Your product is service. As a server, you may think that your job is simply taking guest orders and serving their food and drinks. Makes sense, right? The word serve is built into your role. These might be part of your job functions, but as you service the guest, what you really do is act as an ambassador for your restaurant and all its people and products, wine included. We're not just trying to boost your ego. Think about the last time you had a great time dining out. Was it only the food that made it amazing, the wine, or was it the entire experience? We'll bet on the latter. Everything from the greeting you received when you walked in the door, to the cleanliness of the glassware, to the delicious food and wine, and of course, the attentive and helpful service staff. Your product is your service. No matter what you're selling, great food, great wine, used cars, if your product is service and you take pride in your product, the magic will always happen for your customers. And that will keep your customers coming back. Now, like learning how to drive or take a really good selfie, wine service takes some practice. You're going to make some mistakes, but that's okay. If you don't, you're probably not practicing enough. So just be ready for the occasional spill or piece of cork left floating in the wine. In time, this will all be second nature to you. A little disclaimer before we go any further. We're presenting you with general service standards. But like many things in life, these are not written in stone. Style of service and procedures vary from restaurant to restaurant based on theme and layout. So take these service tips and adapt them to make them work for you. As a server, the first thing you will need to do is to get the guests to order a bottle of wine. No wine? No wine service. Of course, it's hard to offer something you don't know about, so spend some time learning about your wine list. Think of it as an amazing selling tool that will make you more valuable and earn more money. After presenting your guests with the wine list, leave it on the table until they place their food order. Unless someone considers themselves a connoisseur, in which case they will likely know what they want to order after seeing the wine list, most people will happily delegate the wine selection to you if you've established a good rapport with them. So make sure you have wines that you can confidently describe and recommend a variety of price points. Once a wine is ordered, repeat the selection back to the guest, much like you would their food order. After this, it's time to get busy. You'll want to bring out the wine as soon as possible, but make sure you bring the proper glassware that's clean, so important, and polished. There are a few things that make people go, ugh, quicker than a wine glass with lipstick residue or water stains. If you need wine chillers or wine buckets, do yourself a favor. Don't try to carry everything at once. Get these to the table first. Then bring the wine. If more than one wine is ordered, place the glasses for the next wine to be served to the right of the first glass. So now we're almost to the point where we serve the wine. Finally, you think. But before you head to the table, check to make sure you're bringing the right one and save yourself an embarrassing oops moment at the table. Verify the name, vintage, and the type of wine. If it's the right bottle, then grab a clean towel, corkscrew, and a small cordial glass. Fold the towel in a square and cradle the bottle in your left hand on the towel, much like you would a football. Head to the table. When you arrive, present the bottle to the guest that ordered it. Repeat the name, vintage, and type of wine. If they ordered a different vintage, make sure you point this out. Now is when you finally get to open the bottle. If there's room on the table, place the bottle to the right of the host with the label facing them. If it's too crowded, use an adjacent table. Cut the foil below the lip by rotating the knife around the bottle so that the bottle remains in place. Then wipe the top of the bottle with the towel you brought. Insert the corkscrew slightly off center and twist firmly once. As you continue to twist the corkscrew, you'll know you're on the right track if you don't have to use force. Stop just before the worm, the slightly squiggly part of the corkscrew, is completely inserted. Brace the lever on the lip of the bottle with your left hand and lift straight up. Do this smoothly and slowly. The point is to extract the cork with as little noise as possible. Wipe the lip one more time and present the cork in the cordial glass placed to the right of the guest. Now it's time to pour the wine. Offer the guest who ordered it a small 1 to 2 ounce taste. When they give their nod of approval, you begin servicing the guest from the right, moving clockwise around the table. Ladies first. Chivalry is not dead when it comes to wine etiquette. And finishing with the host. Fill glasses about 1/3 full. After the host is served, remove the cork in the cordial glass and any unused glassware. If the table orders a second bottle, bring a new glass for the host to taste the wine and offer to bring all guests new glasses. If a third bottle is ordered, simply bring fresh glasses for everyone. The table will be quite full of glasses and bottles at this point, so clear any empty bottles after the last guest has finished drinking or a new bottle is brought to the table. Now, sparkling wine service is a bit different and is just as much about service etiquette as it is about safety. First off, make sure the bottle is cold. Champagne bottles that are not cold enough are dangerous because the corks could fly out with extreme force. Think of a small flying object hitting you at 65 miles an hour. Ouch! If you think the wine isn't cold enough, chill it in an ice bath for about 5 minutes. Then, much like before, position an ice bucket to the right of the host. Now it's time to open the bottle. First, remove the foil covering the cork. If there's a little red tab, pull that. Otherwise, place your knife under the lip and rotate around the bottle so that the bottle remains in place. Then, place a small towel over the cork. Untwist the metal cage to loosen it while keeping your hand on the cork and cage. Holding the bottle at a 45-degree angle, and most importantly, pointing the cork away from everyone, including yourself. Twist the bottle to ease the cork out. Do this away from the table. You're probably used to hearing people pop open a bottle of sparkling wine, but that's a bit of drama better left reserved for the movies than real life. The cork should come out with more of a sigh than a pop. After the cork is removed, keep the bottle tilted at a 45-degree angle and give the wine time to depressurize to prevent overflow. About 15 seconds should do it. Then, just as before, put the cork to the right of the host. Wipe the bottle off with your towel and pour a small 1 ounce taste. Then finish the service as you would still wine service. Servicing guests clockwise around the table. Ladies first. Filling a glass of bubbly is a little more tricky, which you'd probably guess if you ever poured a soft drink into a glass. You'll need to pour in a slow, steady stream to avoid overflow. If bubbles rise to the rim, wait before finishing the pour, leaving a space of about 2 fingers from the rim of the glass. After everyone has been served, put the bottle in the ice bucket and cover it with a clean, dry towel. There you have it. The basics of wine service. There's a lot of etiquette and tradition involved, but by learning the basics of how to serve wine, you'll be able to create a truly memorable experience for your guest. And as you know, it's all about the guest experience. Your product is your service. And now, time for our wine quiz. Where should you stand when presenting the wine to the table? To the right of the person who ordered the wine. When presenting the wine to the guest that ordered it, you should state the name of the wine, the type of wine, and the vintage. When serving a table, you should pour the wine in which direction, starting with the person who ordered the bottle? Clockwise. When pouring wine at the table, fill wine glasses approximately 1/3 full. What is true about sparkling wine service? All the above. Make sure the bottle is cold. Remove the foil covering the cork. With napkin over the cork, untwist the metal cage, keeping your hand on the cork and cage. I hope you enjoyed learning about proper wine service. And remember, your product is your service.